reminded everybody who she is in the Fever win over the Wings in what was a blowout victory. One where Clark didn't even shoot the ball well again, but she completely dominated the game and shows the difference between her and everyone else through her play.
The Indiana Fever just flipped the script from league-wide laughingstock to must-watch TV in less time than it takes a ref to miss. Another foul on Caitlin Clark. And who's at the eye of this storm surge? None other than the farm-raised flamethrower herself, Clark.
Caitlin Clark said, folks, forget what she's talking about. Today, I'm going to run the show. Today, I'm going to control the pace. Today, I'm going to dictate how this team plays basketball. And in the first half, we saw exactly that. Natasha Howard running the floor. Yeah, you heard that correct. Natasha Howard running the floor. Yeah, I shit you. Folks, fans have a voice. Sometimes when the noise gets too loud and they're tired of hearing from it, they say, let's just buy in a little bit. Let's let Caitlin Clark be Caitlin Clark. Let's not pull the reins back too much. And in that first half, we saw exactly.
Just a few weeks ago, the Fever's vibe was straight up dysfunctional family reunion. You know the one, fake smiles, side eyes, and tension so thick it could block a layup. Fast forward, and suddenly this team's running smoother than a luxury sports car on cruise control. It's like they went from detention to
That's what we're talking about when we are referring to Caitlin Clark running the show. Caitlin Clark running the offense, being the innovator of offense, the distributor of offense for the Indiana Fever. This is exactly what we mean right here. This game was an absolute blowout. Dallas Wings didn't know what hit them. Everybody ate.
The culture quake started when Dana Bonner packed her bags and her ego and exited stage left. She walked into that locker room thinking she was Beyoncé, only to find out the show was sold out to a different headliner. Trying to outshine Caitlin Clark on a team built to orbit her? That's like trying to reboot The Godfather with a TikTok.
So, Indiana Fever just released her, cut their losses, right? And I hear these analysts saying stuff like, they should have held out for a trade, or I wish they had got a trade for her. She was literally untradeable. Right? Like, what team would give up any of their core players for a player that's past their twilight? They picked up R.A. McDonald, or re-signed R.A. McDonald, who we all saw was a spark plug just a couple weeks ago. She's an upgrade compared to Dwana Bonner.
Bonner leaving wasn't just a trade, it was a purge. The moment she cleared her locker, the air in Gainbridge Fieldhouse practically changed color.
Because we've seen a huge change. We've seen a huge change from the Indiana Fever over the last 6 quarters. And especially in the fourth quarter, in the Dallas Wings game. And there were 2 players in particular that I have said that their style of play, regardless of how they're playing, is not going to work long term. And those 2 players had unbelievable games.
Losing Bonner wasn't a loss. It was a detox. A pressure valve popped, and suddenly the Fever could breathe again. The vibes went from, why are we even here, to, nobody's taking this from us. Players who looked like background extras in a sad drama suddenly started hooping like they were auditioning for a championship run. Without the cloud of ego, the joy returned, the rhythm locked in, and this squad remembered what fun basketball looks like. V6. And then came Sophie Cunningham, less player, more caffeine incarnate. While the
This team is like a sorority group. I'm not joking. They are so closely bonded, like the energy that all of them have with each other. There is not like where you see and someone looks a little disconnected. This is literally the most tight-knit team I'm telling you, and I actually think all the discourse or the people trying to create discourse offline or outside the locker room only makes them tighter. And throughout the training session, I saw multiple times where, they were like laughing and mucking around and just completely like high-fiving and actually speaking.
But Cunningham's real genius? She didn't just support Clark, she centered her. While some saw Clark as a threat to their clout, Cunningham saw a future worth fighting for. She became the translator, the hype woman, and the bridge between cliques. Every wild assist? She was the first to celebrate. Every three-point laser? She was the echo. Sophie didn't just embrace the Clark era, she helped build it.
It was probably the standout play in the game. In my mind, Clark with the big-time rejection near the rim. And then the get-ahead pass to Sophie Cunningham, touchdown. And Sophie Cunningham has come into her own as of late. But it's just beautiful. Get it out, get it up, bucket. And, that's just something others can.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark leveled up like a video game character who finally found the cheat codes. Gone is the rookie just trying to fit in. In her place? A maestro, a general, a highlight reel with a pulse. Clark is conducting the game like she's got sheet music no one else can read. What was once a team full of awkward energy is now her orchestra, and she's playing a symphony of dominance.
All right, everyone who said that the Fever played better without Caitlin Clark, come to the front because I'm going to slap you in the face. Fever just won 102-89 against the Dallas Wings. Congratulations to Fever. They killed it with their old and trusty playbook of just rim running. And Dallas Wings, Chris Coclanis, have you never seen a Fever game before? They're fast in transition, huge with the long bombs. Caitlin Clark is there. Run to the other side quickly. That's where they got the majority of their points. Poor Paige Beckers. You're such a huge talent, and you're just drowning with this terrible coaching. It breaks my heart, but it was an incredible game until the last quarter when it was very clear that the Fever would take.
Clark doesn't shout orders, she inspires belief. Her leadership is Jedi-like, quiet, focused, and deadly precise. Her court vision? Spooky. She sees lanes that haven't even opened yet. Defenders react, but she's already moved on. She's become the gravitational center of the Fever. Teammates don't just respect her, they rely on her. And when she raises her hand for the ball now, nobody hesitates.
Caitlin Clark now has the 5th most double-doubles with points and assists in WNBA. The 5th most double-doubles with points and assists in WNBA. And we're only in year 2? And we've missed half the season so far? Oh no. Oh, that record's going to be broken any day now.
This isn't just a hot streak. This is a metamorphosis. The Fever are no longer that team with Caitlin Clark. They're that team with Caitlin freaking Clark. The transformation isn't subtle, it's an uprising. While analysts mumbled about potential and patience, the Fever decided to skip the waitlist. They aren't knocking politely on playoff doors, they're kicking them in like they own the building.
Even with their actual coaches and their training staff, like I've got some awesome videos of Keith training, like KK training Dantas, and you will see that they're laughing and they're having a good time. And I just think that is like the energy that you want, right? You want to create a locker room where it feels like family and you have each other's back no matter what, and noise gets loud and noise gets disruptive, but as long as you can stay together closely knit, then you can drown that out. I genuinely feel that